Miami coming in on quite a roll, taking on New England, this AFC East, where the Patriots tonight try to go right through all three teams the first go-round in divisional play. But if Miami wins, things get a whole lot more interesting in that division. Friends, I'm here, of course, with the Giants legend, Phil Simms. When we looked at this game a couple of weeks ago on the schedule, it didn't look all that interesting. It does now.
Well, being here in this stadium, you can feel the excitement. I think even the New England Patriots fans knows this Miami team has won two. They've been impressive. It's going to be exciting to watch these matchups.
Dan Campbell has changed the culture over the last 11 days with those two impressive performances. But what are they in store for tonight at New England?
Well, they're going up against the big bad monster here. There's no doubt about it. You talk about the Patriots, they're so tough. They're tough at home, but the thing about that nobody gives them credit for, we know they're tough on the field physically, but mentally they can play 60 minutes, never break down, and stay with the plays. That's what Miami's up against.
Let's take a look at the lineups presented by the Lincoln Motor Company. We'll begin here with the Miami offense, and it's a good offensive line. A couple of Pro Bowlers, and Brandon Albert, as well as Mike Pouncey. And, of course, they've got playmakers for Tannehill in Landry and Miller. What do you see in the quarterback here, Phil?
Well, I like the way he's playing. This is a very interesting offense. They love to get outside of the defensive ends. Hey, how about a quarterback sweep to the left that's blocked very well by the offensive lineman? They do a lot of this. Fake screens one way, throw it the other to get outside on the edge. They got fast players. And here's the playmaker to look for. Jarvis Landry does it all. Reverses, catches passes down the field. They got a fast offense.
Yeah, Landry and Miller were fantasy football dreams last week in the game against Houston. Here is the New England defense. The coordinator, Matt Patricia. Chandler Jones tied for the league lead in sacks. Collins, man, he makes an impact on virtually every down. He's out there. And, of course, Butler is their number one corner. We're going to talk about the biggest matchup to watch tonight. This offensive line against the D-line of Miami, because they're injured at New England and they're inexperienced, but they've heard that before this season. Gronk coming off 11 catches, a career high, and Tom Brady. What can you say at this point at age 38, still defying age and maybe having his best start ever?
That's what you say. He's defying age, and he's adapted himself to the NFL. We see quarterbacks moving around more and more. I'm not saying he's a threat to scramble everywhere, but moving to find open receivers down the field, and maybe the biggest play of the game last week against the New York Jets, scrambling for a big first down that led to a score.
All right, against that offensive line, this defensive front, Sue and Wake over the last two games have combined for 8 sacks. That's the matchup to watch. This Miami defense in the secondary features Rashad Jones. He has pick sixes each of the last 2 games. What about that matchup?
I'm looking forward to it, Jim. This is going to be tough. Those defensive pass rushers from Miami have great speed. Tough test for the New England offensive line.
Miami and New England on a beautiful night in Foxborough, and it's coming up next. We are back at New England, getting set now for Miami against the Patriots. We've got Mike Carey on standby in the booth, and down on the sidelines, Tracy Wolfson. Tracy, down to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. I had a chance to speak with Dan Campbell this week, and he told me that his goal taking over this team was to become more physical as a team, to be more competitive on and off the field. And he said to have fun. He said, isn't that why they play the game? We play the game to have fun, and so that's what he's provided in practice, whether it's tug-of-wars or frisbee throws, one-on-one drills. He has even encouraged his players to do touchdown dances in the end zone during practice, and you can see his players have responded. They are showing more passion. And then I had a chance to ask Dan Campbell, and I said, are you having more fun? He looked at me, he said, Jim, I'm having a blast.
Youngest coach in the league at 39, out of Morgan, Texas. Grew up on a ranch in Texas. Tonight's game being broadcast in Spanish. We're available using the SAP button on your television.
Thank you for watching the NFL Thursday Night Kickoff Show, presented by the Lincoln Motor Company.
Attention students, Thursday Night Football is here. Please head down to the library in an orderly fashion to be interviewed on primetime TV.
We are very fortunate to be born New Englanders because we have the best sports fan base.
The Celtics, the Bruins, the Red Sox.
The Patriots!
For the past 15 years, we've had the best football team in the country.
It's been great. They just keep on winning.
They've won 4 Super Bowls.
Four.
We're a dynasty, and nobody can deny that.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is my entire life.
I love him.
Tom Brady is the best quarterback in the NFL. Brady could play with anybody.
Yeah, anybody. He can play with high schoolers and still win.
He's probably one of the better looking players on the Patriots.
He's really cute.
Yeah. He's really handsome.
Very.
Yeah, you guys can answer that.
Dude, he's married to Giselle.
I'm jealous of her. Yeah. Very jealous.
Yeah.
Jelly.
He's pretty good. Pretty good? What is that?
There's a little problem, though. Deflategate.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh, are you
No,
really
that's
kidding
no.
me?
We did not deflate the balls. Okay, that was a setup.
The whole thing, I think, was grounded based on jealousy.
Does this make you mad? Does this bother you? Admit it, you guys love to hate us.
The deflate scandal was all just a big waste of time.
And that's all we have to say about that.
We're on to the next question.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick? Oh my god, he's so
He's
awesome.
amazing.
He has to be the best coach in the league.
Belichick, he never smiles.
He keeps all of his emotions under that hoodie.
It's not the best choice of clothing.
Not really.
It's good for like a dad, I guess.
Now he's gonna be mad if he watches.
I think the Dolphins are definitely going to be a tough team to beat.
The Pats are probably going to have a little bit of trouble in this game, just a teeny tiny bit.
No way, we're going 7-0.
They're a good team, but they're not great like the Patriots.
They're not as wonderful as us.
The Dolphins are going to go down.
Let's go Patriots!
Let's go Patriots!
Just saying, guys, you better watch out because we're coming for you.
Football starts here. The youthful exuberance of the New England fans and some young Dolphin fans. Don't forget about them. And we're getting set now for the kickoff. And we don't always, Phil, start out making a big deal about the coin toss and the decisions made. But Miami won the toss and elected to defer.
Defer and kick into the wind, and here's why I think they did it, Jim. You said it in the opening. What's New England worried about? Their offensive line. Miami says, let's go out there and see how our defensive line matches up right away. I think that's why they deferred.
Andrew Franks, the rookie kicker for the Dolphins. Launch it down the field to Amendola. The big leg through the back to the end zone. So Tom Brady and the Patriots from the 20. And Brady with these, again, crazy numbers. 16 touchdowns, only 1 interception. And what will they do this week? Last week, he was a leading rusher for the team. They came out throwing the first 12 snaps of the game. Anxious to see how they're going to approach Miami here.
I would think you have to be a little careful as you go out there just to see how your offensive line matches up before you decide, hey, we're going to go out and throw it every down.
Well, they're going to run it here with Blunt. And LeGarrette trying to back in for an extra yard. And he's got 7 on the first carry of the game.
And if you ask, that's the thing they want to do, run the football straight at this Miami defense. They have had trouble stopping the run. They're 30th in the league of 32 football teams.
2 tight ends in here for the Patriots, Phil. Gronkowski joined by Michael Williams. Now they've moved Vollmer over to the left side. Marcus Cannon inactive. They got Cameron Fleming on the right side, and Miami tries to stack up the run, but falling forward for the first down is LeGarrette Blunt.
Yeah, good pushing inside. You know, you talked about this offensive line. Look at number 60, the center. Does a good job getting his block. David Andrews, and you can't say it enough. A rookie center, Trey Jackson, a rookie right guard, a practice squad player at right tackle, Cameron Fleming. They played together last week a lot. Should have some carryover.
Again, only 6 offensive linemen dressed tonight, and there's a completion over to Edelman, and Taylor with the quick takedown. Miami without Bryce McCain at corner tonight, so Taylor steps up as a starter. It's a gain of 7. Yeah, Belichick working that offensive line, and again with just a limited number of players tonight, with Cannon out with the toe injury, Shaq Mason inactive with a knee. And they moved Vollmer over to the left side. You thought you might see some of Vollmer on the right side to try to match up against the likes of Cameron Wake and Sue over on that side.
Well, but they're keeping the continuity going from last week.
Here's a 2nd and 3. And from the gun, Gronkowski split wide to the left. They toss it over to Blunt. Gets a block from Amendola. And the Dolphins bring him down about 2 yards shy of the first. We've got a flag on the field. First of the night, thrown by Pete Morelli's crew.
Personal foul. Illegal crackback, number 80, the offense. 15-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
So the Amendola block did not wash with the officials. And that'll back up the Patriots inside of the 25-yard line.
Well, there's Amendola. He's on the ground.
And he hits Jelani Jenkins.
Even though he's on the ground, you can see he makes an effort, so that's a good call. He went low when he's down there, still tried to make that block, and that's why they threw the flag.
It'll be a 2nd and 18 coming up for New England. Dion Lewis is up after sitting out the last game with an abdomen injury. Here's the throw over to LaFell. Quick contact on LaFell, and it's only going to be about a 2-yard pickup. 3rd and 14 coming up, and this is where, if it in fact is going to be a pass play coming up for Miami, our first chance to see what these two guys do.
Well,
Wake and Sue.
That's right. And this is what the Miami Dolphins, a little more conservative on the defensive side the last 2 weeks with a new defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo. And this is what they want. Obvious passing situations where they don't have to worry about the run to go after Tom Brady.
Gronkowski to the near side. 3rd and 16. And they go screen with Lewis. And the speedy little Lewis has the first down. He just raced by a number of Dolphins without contact and picks up 17 before being brought down by Jones.
Well, we saw it on 2nd and long. Lewis coming out of the backfield. Acts like he's going to block or help on Olivier Vernon to block and comes out of the backfield. That's what they want to do. They do this a lot, the Patriots, when you watch them play, Jim. 3rd and long, they throw screens. And that was a big play against this Miami defense early.
All the way out to the 43 and a new set of downs. Blunt dragging 2 Dolphins with him near midfield. Bring him down after 6. Tom Brady's never lost on a Thursday. That's not all Thursday night games. There's a couple of Thanksgiving Day performances. 8-0. 20 touchdowns, 2 picks in Thursday performances.
Well, last week they threw it over 50 times. Didn't bother with the run because of the New York Jets defensive front. We saw 3 tight ends, and they ran behind it last time and picked up good yardage.
It's Blunt. And he's near that first down yardage on the Miami side of the field. And Dan Campbell, he needed that defense to come out and make a statement after deferring to New England to start. But that's another first down for the Patriots at the 47 of the Dolphins.
So, you know, when you talk about the Patriots, too, you kind of know they're always going to look for what they perceive to be the weakness of the team they're playing against, and that's what they attack. And if you talk about Miami's defense, it's the run defense is what you want to go after.
Blunt already with 4 carries for 22 yards. Here's play action, and Brady across the middle has Gronkowski. Slips out of a tackle, and down the field he goes. Gronkowski to the end zone for the touchdown. 47 yards. Gronk got away from Rashad Jones and takes it the distance.
Well, Miami loves the matchup with Rashad Jones, number 20, against Rob Gronkowski. But they love this. So you run the football, you're just going to see Gronkowski go right down the middle, watch everybody near the line of scrimmage. And really, it's not man-to-man coverage, but just a good make Rashad Jones miss the tackle. And that's what people don't understand. Rob Gronkowski's so big, but so good in the open field once he catches the football.
Brady and Gronkowski pick up right where they left off Sunday afternoon in the 4th quarter against the Jets. Brady 4 for 4 on that drive, and Gostowski with the extra point. That's 436 consecutive makes on the PAT by Gostowski. And Gronkowski gets the Patriots an opening drive touchdown. You got to think that Campbell had faith that his defense could come out and maybe control things at the start. at the line of scrimmage.
You know what it shows you? Even a well thought out and what you think is a great plan sometimes doesn't work. And the screenplay on 3rd and long to Dion Lewis.
That was the big play.
That was the play of the drive.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 16. He picked up 17. Gostowski to Damian Williams, and he lets it go. Tannehill only had one misfire last week, and that came midway through the 4th quarter. He had a perfect rating. We'll see this Dolphins offense for the first time in a moment. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Wendy's. Intel, see what the next generation of PCs can do. And by Nissan, innovation that excites. And they're getting busy over nearby New Bedford, Massachusetts, getting your supply ready for the 2016 season, partner.
There you go.
Here comes Tannehill.
I lose a few of them, so I need them.
We're aware of that. They're working through the night. First play for the Dolphins is a run play with Lamar Miller. And Miller with a nice second effort there to take it out for a gain of 7. That perfect rating that Tannehill had against Houston was the first ever by a Miami quarterback with a minimum of 15 attempts in a game.
All those years, Dan Marino didn't get one of those. But when you watch this offense tonight, it's going to be different. He's not going to have that perfect rating because they're going to play him tight and take away those short throws to the wide receivers and even running backs when they split out.
There's the play action, and Tannehill completes it to Miller, who has the first down, shoved out by Hightower. So Tannehill had this streak last week, Phil. He carried it over from the Tennessee win, got a completion streak up to 25 consecutive, the all-time NFL record. And again, his only incompletion maybe could have been caught by Deion Sims in the 4th quarter, but I said it was the first time, by the way. It's 3rd and 1 coming up. 3rd and 1. And Miller is the running back. He gets the call and is able to take it outside, and Miller showing that speed, but we got a flag down.
Holding. Number 80 offense. 10-yard penalty remains. 3rd down.
It's on the tight end Sims, who had been injured earlier in the season. His return has been a big part of these last couple of weeks, but he's flagged this time.
Here he is on the outside. That's a good call. You can see Rob Ninkovich. He grabbed his jersey, pulled it, and we had 2 flags thrown because 2 different officials saw it.
So it's a 3rd and 11.
Hard to get outside on run plays against the New England defense. Their specialty is funnel everything inside and go in there if you want to have success.
They load up the right side for Tannehill. Here he throws, and it is some catch for the first down by Matthews.
Well, how about this? Rashard Matthews comes in one-on-one on the left side. We get good protection. You got to worry about Tannehill getting out of the pocket and running. But we've seen these outside routes, almost like double moves by the Miami wide receivers, and they've worked very well the last 2 weeks.
Miami has a player down. Their right tackle, Jawan James, their first-round pick a year ago out of Tennessee, now gets to his feet. And he's going to hobble over to the sideline.
You know, too, I think looks like he might be, well, I'm not a doctor, looks like he might be okay, just the fact that he's finding a way to walk off the field. But when you look at this Miami team and you play the Patriots, we saw it last week with Ryan Fitzpatrick as a quarterback, make a decision and be quick. You can move around and find that second open guy by moving as a quarterback.
Jason Fox in at right tackle, trying to throw a block here for Miller. And no gain on that carry. Never miss a moment of football action with the CBS Sports app. Every play and score, every game and every highlight right as they happen. Download the CBS Sports app now. CBSSports.com/mobile. $82 points these last 2 weeks. 38 at Tennessee, 44 at home. And
false start. Number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
The 82 points scored. That's the most by a coach taking over a team in a 2-game stretch in the middle of the season since Mike Holovac put up 83 points in 2 games for the Boston Patriots back in 1961. One of the great gentlemen of yesteryear in the game.
Well, Coach Campbell had a week off. They had to buy a week, so that helped him get ready for those 2 games where they went out and played so well. But also, they got some of their key players completely healthy, like Cameron Wake, Deion Sims, their best blocking tight end on the offensive side. That has helped them tremendously.
A 2nd and 15. And there's the throw on the money for the first down again. It is Matthews with a 2nd catch. Rashard Matthews has been a nice find for them this year. Has now 28 catches on the season. He's got a 17-yard play and a first down that time.
Jim, in preseason, he wanted to be cut. He didn't even want to go to training camp. Let me go. You're not going to let me compete for a job. Where's he going to be? Maybe make it as a 5th receiver. And he played so well during training camp and everything. One of the big surprises of this team, makes the tough catches anywhere on the field.
Watch for Jarvis Landry here. He hasn't touched the football to this point, their leading receiver, and trying to run with it now. Tannehill, he flooded the left side and then tried to fake him out and run it and keep it, but it certainly didn't catch them off guard. Loss of 1 on Tannehill.
A lot of window dressing, 4 receivers to the left. Watch up top. They run this play. Mike Pouncey leading the way. But Ninkovich, the fact that he got upfield, made sure he couldn't get outside, makes the quarterback make that little extra move. Too late. Defense is there to make the tackle.
Trying to match what Brady and the Patriots did with their first series. Take it down the field for a touchdown. 2nd and 11. And the toss to Miller. Right into the arms of Ninkovich. They've got another 3rd down coming up. Hit first by Alan Branch. Monday on CBS, see why Supergirl is TV's #1 new show. Don't miss a new episode Monday at 8, 7 Central. Only CBS.
Pass protection has been good so far. I knew the New England Patriots would come out here and play some tight man-to-man coverage. And the first couple of throws by Tannehill, these wide receivers are winning the battle outside.
He's got Landry in the backfield. Miller split wide to the left. Now he shifts back in. And here comes, no, they're all over Tannehill. Who breaks the tackle, but he's in trouble. Back at the 41, taken down by Chandler Jones. He was chased around first, though, by Geno Grissom, and it's a loss of 6, and Miami must punt.
Well, they love to do these type of plays. We showed in the opening. Fake it one way, go to the other. But the New England Patriots, they see it every day in practice. That's what they studied for, to stop all those short passes to the outside, those type of screens. Very good job by the defense.
Dolphins, one of only 4 teams to change both the punter and place kicker coming into the season, along with Tampa and Pittsburgh. And this is Matt Darr sending it down to about the 15. Picked up on one hop by Amendola, and he is knocked down right away at that point by Zach Bowman. 42-yard punt. 7-0 New England. During that break, Jawan James, the right tackle for the Dolphins, was taken to the locker room. But back with New England. Its second drive of the game begins at the 15 with Deion Lewis, the running back. Jordan Phillips has come in at defensive tackle for the Dolphins. It's down pass play, and Brady had all kinds of time. Finds Lewis. Look at that wiggle. Lewis out to the 34. Gain of 19. Able to fake out Koamisi.
Well, really, they're going to change up all night long. To the right side, you're going to see a double team against the best pass rusher, Cameron Wake. And how about Deion Lewis? We saw him a few weeks ago down in Dallas. Did they miss him big time when he was out of the lineup last week? Almost impossible to tackle one-on-one when he's outside like that.
Quick toss back to Lewis. Pause for a moment. Takes off straight ahead all the way to the Dolphins' 48. So from the 15 to the Miami 48 in 2 plays. Well, another 18 here.
3 screens, 2 of them very successful. They're very good. Josh Klein, 67 left guard, gets out there and pulls, gets a good block. And look at the center, David Andrews down the field.
That's Scott Chandler, the tight end formerly with the Buffalo Bills. He's got 9 more. Josh McDaniels.
Well, they were worried about protecting Tom Brady tonight. They were going to be a little careful. We saw that with the screens early. But I think they got confidence. The run game, of course, is working.
Second and 1. And Gronkowski denied that time by Grimes. All right, let's get the report down on the sidelines. Tracy.
Yes, Jim, an update on Dolphins right tackle Jawan James. We saw him go into the locker room for further evaluation on his big toe on the left foot. He tried to stand on his tippy toes, was unable to do it, in a lot of pain. He is questionable to return, Jim.
Right, and if he does not return, we saw Fox come in for him. That was the first incompletion of the game. The knockdown by Grimes for either side, either quarterback. 3rd and 1. Blunt hit around the net. And trying to push the pile. He's inside of a yard, and you got an interesting decision coming up here for Belichick.
Yeah, as I look at it, looks like it's going to be short of 1 yard. So I would think Bill Belichick is going to go for it here in this situation, especially the success they've had here early in the game, just running the football.
That was really the first time they've stopped the run. That last carry by Blunt. He's in the backfield here for 4th and 1. The sneak.
And of course, I couldn't even get it out. The first thing you got to look for, and you can't give up in that situation, is the quarterback sneak. And how do you defend it? You put 2 defensive linemen, 1 on each side of the center, and you make Tom Brady go outside or hand it off to a running back and don't give him that easy play.
He's got the first down. Why is it we don't see the sneak executed by other quarterbacks around the league anywhere close to the success level of Brady?
You know, as I watched it this past week, look at the center. Look how far David Andrews got down the field. Tom Brady gets low. The offensive linemen get lower than the defensive linemen. And they read the defense, and they go where the big guy isn't.
Cameron Wake is not out there for the last several plays. They've got Derek Shelby in at defensive end, and there's a good tackle behind the line with a flag coming in on the back end of it. Jones comes up and hits Blunt.
Personal foul. Clipping. Number 67 offense. 15-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's called on Josh Klein, who moves over to left guard tonight. And he's become one of the more experienced guys they have out there on that offensive front. Of course, the senior statesman is Sebastian Vollmer with the current configuration they have.
Well, you know, a couple of weeks ago we were down in Dallas, and what was Bill Belichick saying? I said, boy, you got so much depth on the offensive line. And
next Thursday, just a reminder, on NFL Network only, we'll have the Battle of Ohio, Cleveland and Cincinnati. 1st and 25. And timeouts called by Brady. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. And by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly. As you look at the Boston skyline off in the distance, Gillette Stadium located in between the state capitals of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. About equidistant from Boston, Providence. Here's a 1st and 25 off the penalty. And they go back to Gronkowski, and he's wrestled down. That time by Jenkins. His touchdown, by the way, earlier in this quarter, his 61st career touchdown catch in 61 career starts.
Well, he's covered by Akins. That time that was a blitz by the Miami defense. Well picked up And you got to know this, when Tom Brady's the only guy back there, there's no running back or a tight end in the backfield, it's going to be a quick, short pass. So you want to play tight and know as a defensive lineman, you got to make your move quick.
2nd and 18. It's LaFell, his second short catch. Made his return last week off a PUP. He's got a couple here, but it's going to be 3rd and long coming up for the Patriots. Cameron Wake, who set out the early part of this series, is back on the field for the Dolphins defense, which needs to do something.
Well, they got 3rd and long again. Let's see if they can get pressure. The big thing is, can you find a way to make Tom Brady hold the football? So either good zone coverage where the first guy's not open, or very tight man-to-man and make him look for the second receiver.
3rd and 16, and now he's rolling out of the pocket and throwing on the run, up and over, and dropped at the last moment. Would have been a tough catch. Gronk wanted a hold. He doesn't get it.
Couple things happen there. Rashard Jones all over him, and good movement once again by Tom Brady.
So that ends the first quarter with the Patriots up 7-0. We'll return after these messages, and you're watching Thursday Night Football. Heavy rain passed through overnight. Beautiful clear evening here. Perfect autumn time of the year in New England as we start the second quarter. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson, and Mike Carey, and all the crew here on Thursday Night Football. We start the second quarter with a New England punt. Ryan Allen. Jarvis Landry is dropped back for the Dolphins. Low snap. Fielded by Allen. Fair catch demanded and secured by Landry near the 10.
Well, Jim, a big matchup we want to watch tonight when it's man-to-man. Rashad Jones is right here. Here's Gronkowski. Then watch the receivers go down the field. Edelman going deep. They're all covered well, and a good job by Rashad Jones redirecting as Gronkowski turned up the field. Well, let's see. There's Tom Brady we talked about in the opening. One of the keys, how he's moved around more this year and gets outside the pocket and makes throws just like he did to Gronkowski.
Only the second time Miami's had it in this game. The fake and pass across the middle, batted down. Hightower was right there.
It's like the old Patriots back when they had Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Willie McGinnis, who's going to be honored here tonight. They are great. They got big linebackers. They read the quarterback, throws over the middle. They knock them down. And Dante Hightower, you looked at him, and then Jamie Collins. They have both been tremendous so far this year for this Patriots defense.
And I don't think Matthews was open anyway. Ryan had tight coverage on him. Here is Landry's first touch other than that fair catch. And he's knocked back for no gain. Hit first by Jamie Collins. Tuesday on CBS, a special pill makes him a crime-solving genius. And the FBI has made him their greatest asset. It's an all-new hit drama, Limitless Tuesday, only CBS.
Well, here we go, Jim. We talked in the opening, the excitement. The Dolphins have won the last two. And what do I notice so far in the game? That New England right now is just a stronger, more physical football team on both sides of the ball. That's what it looks like.
3rd and 10. Oh, Tannehill wasn't ready for it. And that's going to be a safety. Complete breakdown on communication. Pouncey and the quarterback not on the same page. That's the first safety for the Patriots in 3 years. What did you see happen there?
Well, it looks like it's Ryan Tannehill, because if you watch Billy Turner, the right guard, he taps the center, Mike Pouncey, and then when he taps him, Tannehill, everybody moves in unison except the quarterback.
So now the free kick, and Edelman was back deep. It won't reach him. And it's picked up by Chung, and who's going to advance it to the 45.
Well, Jim, let's look at what happens here. Watch the right guard, Billy Turner. Here he is. He's going to tap the center. Said it's time to. And watch the offensive line. They all move in unison. The receivers take off. And really fortunate not to give up a touchdown here when you make a mistake like that.
So the first quarter and a minute into the second, not looking. Look at that reaction. Anything like the last 8 quarters for the Dolphins. As Blunt powers ahead for a quick 5.
Well, of course, we know this is a different opponent than they've seen the last 2 weeks. There's no question about that. And the thing about the Patriots, what makes it so tough, you know, we talked about a little bit this in the opening, is their game plan team. In other words, they changed their offense. Last week it was all pass. We can see they want to run it here tonight, and they do a lot of the same things on the defensive side too.
That's Williams moving over to the left side to help lead the way here for Blunt. But that is not open, as Vernon and others are in on him for a loss of 2.
Well, the one thing they have pretty good speed at linebacker, so those outside tosses, when you look at the defensive line, you see Jelani Jenkins, Shepard, Koamisi all run well. They should be able to get out there and stop those type of plays. But here's another obvious passing situation. They're getting one-on-one pass blocking. Can they take advantage of it?
Here's the 3rd and 7. Brady's pass incomplete. That was thrown in the direction of LaFell. As first time Brady has been knocked down.
Well, you can see once again being smart, knowing that it's giving respect to who's over there coming after you. The short route coverage was tight.
How important was that 3 and out forced by the defense?
Well, the defense 2 times. You know, you need some positive reinforcement. You're up here. It's a different situation, different environment.
They tried to rush the punter. Allen pinned him back at the 9 the last time. He's got another beauty here. Landry was going to try to do something with it, but who else but Matthew Slater? His specialty. In on him right away. And again, Miami will start a drive inside of its own 10. You're questioning why Landry even fielded that punt, Phil.
Well, I can't anymore. I do it every single week. Why they catch it at the 5-yard line, I don't know.
Trying to get Miller going with a flag out, and there's nothing open for Lamar Miller.
On the offense, the penalty will be declined. 2nd down.
So Lamar Miller now 4 carries for 11 yards, nothing like what he did last week against Houston. And he only played in the first half, had 175 on the ground, and had another long touchdown reception. Of course, this Dolphin team set the all-time franchise record, putting up 41 first half points last week. It's a struggle just to pick up first downs so far in this one. 2nd and 10 from the end zone. Pass should have been caught that time by Matthews.
Well, pass protection was good, but you know, you talk about Tannehill, and we watch him play. He has struggled up here in New England, and one of the reasons why, because we know he's mobile, he can run. They just know how to keep him right where he catches the snap or where he goes to, and just squeeze the pocket. Makes it tough to throw it down the field. And not much success when he plays in the stadium because of New England's pass rush and containment.
He's lost all 3 starts at Gillette. 2 and 1 at home. He's got a 3rd and 10. Here comes the pressure. And Matthews wanted a flag. He's not going to get it. Tell you, they were close, talking about the Dolphins, to having a second safety against them in the quarter.
Yep, a lot of pressure, just pushing the pocket. Ninkovich goes underneath the right tackle that time, Jason Fox. Good job by Ryan Tannehill just getting rid of the football quickly. Rob Ninkovich, how about that? Special teams player, finds a way on the field. All of a sudden he's a starter and been an unbelievable contributor for many years.
The rookie from Tennessee, Dar, with a big boot. Look at that. Flies all the way to the 25. Off the bounce, Edelman with a 33. Give him 9 on the return, but give him 70 on the punt. 9-0 Patriots. NFL Thursday Night Football sponsored by LG V10. Capture the in-between moments. Nike. Gear up at Nike.com and get out of here. And by the 2016 Lexus LS and new LX. Polished meets purposeful. Congratulations to the coach of the week, Joe Papagallo of Malden High School, just north of Boston. His Golden Tornadoes getting ready to face Peabody Veterans Memorial tomorrow night. Good luck to both teams. Not been a first down so far in this quarter for either side, as Brady drops back deep and finds Amendola for a gain of 11.
Want to throw it down the field, give your wide receivers more time, play action fake, keep extra blockers in there, and Tom Brady took advantage of it and really got his feet underneath him and threw a strike to the outside.
Amendola coming off of back-to-back big games, over 100 at Indianapolis and 8 catches, including a touchdown against the Jets. Brady's now hit 6 different targets so far in this game. Back to Gronkowski. And Jones able to push him out after 1. What have you seen out of Sue so far?
Well, it's what I see about every week when I watch him play. A good double team by the Patriots. Fleming, how about that? They just one on the outside, one on the inside, and there's nothing he can do. Pass rush. Oh, let's help out. Double team him there. So when you see all these double teams and why it's worked the last couple weeks, well, you got Cameron Wake. Olivier Vernon now is healthy on the other side. You double team Ndamukong Suh. The defensive ends need to get to the quarterback.
2nd and 9. And here they come after Brady. Able to break away from the tackle and throw it deep. And there's no flag. Off the hands of LaFell. Taylor was able to catch up and get there at the last moment. LaFell, who had a hard time holding on to it against the Jets last Sunday, had his hands on this for a moment. Look at Vernon almost get to Brady.
Yep, he slips in there. Tom Brady, because he was moving, didn't quite crush the football. In other words, it wasn't perfect. That's why I was a little out of bounds.
What about the contact across the face guard before the ball got there?
Didn't see it when I watched it live. When I saw it live, I did not think it was a penalty. But when you watch the replay and it's slow.
What did you see there, Mike? Mike Carey?
They got away with a lucky one there. That rake across the face mask wasn't enough for pass interference.
3rd and 9, and they've sacked Brady for the first time. And it's Cameron Wake, who had only 1 tackle through the first 4 weeks. He wasn't healthy, but only 1 tackle, not even a sack. He had 6 the last 2 weeks, and now he's got a 7th.
Boy, good job by Cameron Wake turning the corner and getting that sack. That's what you want to see from him. They're being very careful, limiting his plays because he had a hamstring injury. He's been healthy, and they want to keep him that way.
So Wake's 100th career game, and this Miami defense keeping him in it. Here's Landry. And this will be their best starting position at the 27. Nate Ebner on the tackle. The Kraft family has to like what they've seen so far in this game, up 9-0, and Robert Kraft's going to have a big ceremony at halftime. There's Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins. Willie McGinnis is going to go into the Patriot Hall of Fame. He was the first pick once Mr. Kraft took over ownership here. First down throw over to Landry. That field is open. He's tripped up near the first down. They'll spot it, looks like right on the mark. Tonight on The Late Show, Stephen Colbert. Don't miss Seth MacFarlane. And tomorrow, Stephen welcomes Charlie Rose. It's all new, only CBS. That's good for a first down on the pass play to Landry. Here they run it with Jonas Gray, the former Patriot. How about a difference a year makes for Jonas Gray? You think about last November in a game at Indianapolis. He had 201 yards rushing for the Patriots, 4 touchdowns. And now, depending on how you look at it, he's the second or third running back at Miami.
And what happened to him up here in New England? I think he was late for practice.
That was it. It never was the same.
Playing time, and the next guy up, and you lose your job.
A 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And there's Gray with a bad drop.
Well, they tried to come out, change the rhythm of their offense, and go a little quicker and faster, thinking, hey, let's get some first downs, get some rhythm, and get confidence in this offense. But a couple drops here so far tonight, really uninspired, not physical, not doing really anything right on the offensive side so far.
Well, this game could be much worse for the Dolphins than down 9-0. Their defense has managed to, after that opening drive by the Patriots, buckle down. Here's a 3rd and 10. And whopped is Tannehill by Chandler Jones, who has his second sack of the night.
Couple things. It took a long time. They keep him in the pocket. Chandler Jones gets around the edge. You look down the field. Nobody's open. Watch the coverage. Nobody's there, and that's why he was holding the football and then allowed Chandler Jones get in there and get the sack.
Let's see if Dar could do anything close to repeating what he did last time. It was a 70-yard punt that changed field position. That was Bolden getting close. It's another good kick with a lot of hang time. Back at the 10, Edelman. And Edelman with an 11-yard run back. 61-yard punt that time. And there is a flag down.
Illegal block in the back. Number 24, the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down, and timeout.
Rashaan Melvin called for that one, so the Patriots will have their worst starting position of the evening when we come back. That penalty backs up New England to the 10-yard line. And Brady steps back to the 1 to throw. To Edelman with a flag out. And he's out to the 32. If the play stands, it's good for 22.
Ineligible player downfield, number 71, the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Well, they're saying the right tackle, Fleming, gets down the field, gets a block inside, and yes, he's down the field.
Fleming starting at right tackle, as again Cannon was out. They would prefer to have had Cannon if he was up, playing on the left side. Sebastian Vollmer out of the University of Houston on the right side.
Well, what happened to him there, Jim? He was trying to sell the play action fake so much, got too far down the field for the block.
First and 15 from the end zone. There's contact with Brady on the pass. Earl Mitchell was the one in on Brady.
Earl Mitchell inside, very athletic. Number 90 gets around the edge, gets off the block. That time up David Andrews, the center.
You're starting to get a little more pressure on Brady.
They definitely are. You know, you always look at, I always think the offensive line as the game goes on gets the advantage because the defensive line tires out and you start seeing all their moves. Well, good job of adapting by the defensive line.
They give it to Lewis, and Lewis is wrapped up on a good piece of tackling by Jones, who comes up to make the play, holds him to 3. This D-line we talked about, this is maybe the most important matchup of the night. Wake already has a sack in this one, but the last 2 games with 6. Sue got his first 2 as a member of the Dolphins against Houston. 3rd and 12. And it was Wake who jumped, or was he drawn off?
Neutral zone in front. Number 91 defense. 5-yard penalty remains, third down.
Wake anxious to pounce, and he gives the Patriots a little more room to operate on third down.
Well, you know, when you watch his stance from the outside, he gets his head low, he's up in the air, and it looks like he's getting ready to run the 100 meters in the NFL. Just watch his stance. Up, yep, no question.
So it's a 3rd and 7 now from the 13. Edelman comes out of the backfield. Pass on target to Lewis, who lined up as a wideout. They've got a first down. Picks up 12.
How about that? Very nice job. They've set it up. One thing that Dion Lewis can do, he can run those type of routes, double moves, go down the sideline, run the slants. Of course, we've already seen the screens, and if you play him off coverage, which Akins did, that's a pretty easy throw and catch.
Yeah, Lewis coming up big in the passing game now. That's 4 catches for 66 yards. Back to the big back and Blunt, and he picks up a couple. You've seen this going through the tape. You've seen a change in Brady, not only the way he throws the football, but the way his footwork in the pocket.
Well, we talked about in the open, moving around more. I've seen a couple times today where he's broken the pocket and made throws down the field. You know, Jim, he's adapted. That's what you got to do as a quarterback in the NFL now. And the biggest thing is, I saw it in preseason, his change of his mechanics works on him relentlessly and throwing the football as well as ever.
Well, here's a chance to throw on 2nd and 8, and a little too high for Edelman. But there was, again, some heat coming on to the quarterback by Vernon.
Yep, Vernon on the outside. Beats their best offensive lineman, you would say right now. Sebastian Vollmer, don't forget, he's a right tackle, moved to left tackle to help this beat-up offensive line out.
Mechanically, what is he doing different with his throwing motion?
His motion is just, he's standing taller, it's more compact, spins the ball harder, keeps the velocity up, and I think he's been as accurate with the football so far this year.
Start, number 87, offense, 5-yard penalty remains, third down.
Gronkowski gives back 5.
Than he has in many years.
Saturday, the SEC on CBS, the best game for the best conference. A rivalry that takes on a life all of its own. Florida and Georgia meeting once again on neutral turf. And it all begins with college football today, this Saturday on CBS.
Well, if you're the Miami Dolphins defense, you got to be alert for what? Getting picked as a defensive back. Look out for screens on 3rd and long.
Well, I was thinking screen was the answer to that with Lewis, but he's in the block on 3rd down. Brady's pass too high, and Taylor on the coverage of Edelman. And again, the Miami defense steps up.
Well, that's it. The Miami defense is absolutely keeping this team in the game. And what they've done, they've hit Tom Brady enough, and they've been around him where it starts to unnerve you a little as a quarterback. Good job. He moves out of the way of Ndamukong Suh. But, you know, he feels the pressure, and that's why the throw was off target.
So the 4th punt of the evening for Allen. Slips through the hands but out of bounds. Started at about the 26-yard line. What would you suggest here that Miami can do offensively here in the rest of the second quarter?
I don't know. When you watch it, they're not doing anything well. They're not running it with power. I know one thing I would stop. I would stop trying to go outside in the run game. You know, we've talked about it almost every time we do a Patriots game. If you want to lose your job on the Patriots defense, let a run get outside you if you're a defensive end. So you got to run it with power up the middle, and they got to find a way and be more consistent with pass protection and throwing against the one-on-one coverage outside.
Kenny Stills at the top. Here's Tannehill's pass intercepted. It is picked off by Logan Ryan.
He actually ran the route for him. I'm watching it, and you can see Logan. Watch this. He does it. He sits underneath, reads the break, then goes underneath the receiver. Wow, that's a really, I guess that's the way the route is supposed to be. As he makes the cut, Matthews, he's gaining ground instead of going straight towards the sideline, where you don't give an angle to the defensive back to cut under you and make that interception.
The first play of the drive Results in Ryan's 3rd interception of the season. That's the most for the Patriots.
Well, he's looking there the whole way, but you know what? That doesn't really matter because the defensive back never watched him. He was reading the wide receiver.
Brady from the 39 with pressure. Able to get it away, and a catch for a yard or 2 by Blunt. Hey, just a reminder, Thursday Night Football next week only on NFL Network. It all begins next Thursday. We'll go to the NFL Network exclusively. The first place Bengals take on the Browns. We'll see you next Thursday night.
Looking forward to that game. I'll tell you, Tom Brady's holding the football. Look at this. Cincy, their 6-0 start. Playing really well. The coverage is good. Brady holds it. Defensive line's been getting there.
2nd and 8 carry by Blunt for 2 more. And we're inside of 5 minutes to go in the half. And so far, Tannehill and the Dolphins have produced 39 total yards of offense.
Well, they'll be well rested, you know, when this is over. There's no doubt about this first half. It's not been sharp. It's, like I've said, getting overpowered.
Only run 17 plays. Here's the 3rd and 6. And they'll have a decision to make here. It's going to be 4th and a foot. Blunt coming up. You got to think, knowing the way Belichick operates, he'll probably go for it here. Just inches shy, it appears.
Yeah, he's an aggressive coach in these decisions. And the fact that he's been to 6 Super Bowls as a head coach can let you be even more aggressive. But right away, when it looked like it was short, I looked over there and you can see Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, looking at that play sheet. And what's the first play you would stop, Jim, right here?
Yeah, the quarterback sneak, which has already worked one other time on 4th and short.
The Miami sideline, when he ran that quarterback sneak, the coaches all were jumping up and down because they know they preached all week when they're going to do it, and they still let it happen.
So they get the measurement to confirm that, yeah, they're inside of a foot here.
You know, when he does these quarterback sneaks, Tom Brady, we really never talk about it with him, but it's not like, oh, he's going to automatically just go behind the center. Read the defense. It could go all the way out near the tackle. And, of course, they always have the option to change it to a running play with the running back.
And that running back is Blunt.
And that'd be a good guy to hand it to in a situation. Look how tight this formation is.
And flag first. If it's against New England, you got to think we'll see Gostowski.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down. Correction, 4th down.
I mean, Gostowski's made his last 6 from outside of 50. They bringing him out.
Over here, the left side, watch him move. They all flinch. It's a little different. They packed it in there so tight, they were making you think quarterback sneak, run up the middle.
Gostowski right here with this attempt, Phil, is going for the New England team record, to tie it, that is, of 25 consecutive makes, held by Adam Vinatieri. It will be a 52-yard attempt to keep the streak going. And Gostowski's kick will get a turnover, and it is good from 52. 25 consecutive makes to now share the record with his predecessor. We're back where the Patriots have a touchdown, a safety, and the field goal. And watch Gostowski smartly play this kick from 52 out.
You know, your golfing days, you know a lot about this. When you watch him, looks, I thought, oh my gosh, he missed it. And the win, you see the flags on top of the goalposts.
Very close to being blocked right past the hand of Shelby.
Well, another good job, really. The defense doing its part. The offense has got to find a way, get some confidence, find a way to at least get a field goal here before the first half is over.
Not even a thought of being returned, and the Dolphins' possession chart so far Not a lot to talk about. 3 total first downs. And again, 39 yards.
You know what's happened? Talked about it. It's hard to go outside and run, but what they've done, they have big guys inside now. Alan Branch, they drafted in the first round, Malcolm Brown, and they are getting better every single week. So the statistics against this defense running the football, they lie. They're ranked 19th in the NFL, but they keep getting better every week.
It's the short throw and tripped up. Miller was bound to accelerate. It's only 3. You were talking about Tannehill's struggles here. He's not the only quarterback.
There you go.
They can't do anything up Gillette. 3 touchdowns, now 6 interceptions, and he's been on his back a number of times. Now, again, he's won 2 of the 3 matchups at home.
Well, the best thing, many good things this Patriots defense has done, but they have not let him move around at all so far in this game.
Losing his footing right away is Miller. Just like that quickly. They're going to have a 3rd and 8.
That was easily inside a first-round draft pick. Well, you know, when you look at this Patriots team, they are deep on the defensive side. Outside pass rushers, linebackers, and 4 really good inside run stoppers.
Need a first down to keep the ball out of Brady's hands for a 2-minute drill. 3rd and 8. McCourty was blitzing and whistle first.
False start. Number 63 offense. 5-yard penalty remains. 3rd down.
Dallas Thomas, and nothing's going right for the Dan Campbell crew here so far.
Yep, well, just as well. Nobody was open. So they get a second chance here. New England's showing them some different stuff. They're putting the linebackers inside. That time they were bringing a defensive back on the blitz.
This is
got the 2-minute warning. And a 3rd and 13 when we come out of it. Well, JB, Coach Coward, Dion, getting the lowdown on the Nuggets from Stuart Milstein, chief researcher, as they get ready for the Lexus halftime report. 3rd and 13 for Miami. And taking something off of it, lobbing it to Cameron, and it's incomplete. First time the tight end's been targeted tonight. Broken up by Patrick Chung.
Well, I'd say it's about time they throw it to him. A little out and up or trying to go up the sideline. And when you look at this offense, the 2 guys you want to stop. Jarvis Landry in a lot of different formations and movement. And then Jordan Cameron.
Tried his best to make a play on it, but look how well defended that was by a pair of defenders. Miami hasn't even reached the 40-yard line in this quarter, much less midfield for the entire first half. And this one, unlike the last couple by Dar, doesn't have a lot of hang time. Off the ground with it is Edelman. And Edelman weaving through a number of Dolphins. And now Brady and the Patriots will have the 2-minute offense with 2 timeouts near midfield.
Well, it's been sloppy from the start with this offense. Drop pass, not ready for the snap. Protection's been a little spotty.
Again, not a single play has been snapped for the Dolphins in New England territory. Now that defense, which they've leaned on for this half to just stay in the game somehow, has come up again, and they get this series started with Jenkins behind the line in a loss of 3.
Boy, really good job. Tom Brady, Josh McDaniels trying to get the drive started with the draw play. They've thrown a lot of screens. Miami being very aggressive in the last few screens, especially to the outside. That's why New England went to the draw. Boy, the defense has come through big for this football team here in the first half, Jim.
As we approach a minute to go, again, the Patriots with 2 timeouts, 2nd and 13. Brady over the top. Complete for the first to Edelman.
Kind of reminds me back in the days when they won their first couple Super Bowls. They did more play action fakes, throwing it over the middle to the tight end and wide receivers. That was their #1 pass play, and it's worked pretty well here tonight, too.
And watch the tight end at the top of the screen. Nope, they're going to go left with the screen pass to Lewis. Lewis's 5th catch. It's another big gain, this one for 10. Give Klein some credit for a nice block.
Well, he's an excellent puller when you watch Josh Klein. That time, good job, keeps Earl Mitchell inside. Lets Dion Lewis get to the outside.
And Lewis out of bounds with 42 seconds. Now 77 receiving yards for Lewis on the night. Pass tipped at the line by Misi with the flag out.
Defense offside, number 91 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty remains, first down.
That's the second penalty on Wake in the quarter. And again, the Lexus halftime report coming up with all the breakdown of the first half action from JB, Dion, and the coach. I think Bill Cowher could relate to Dan Campbell. They both were in the league. They weren't stars in the league. They came in with a real aggressive mentality, brought a lot of energy to their teams. Well, we've seen out of Campbell at least through 2 weeks. 1st and 5. Nice catch that time by LaFell to give him a 1st and goal to go near the 5-yard line.
Beautiful throw by Tom Brady. He read the defense. He sees the coverage is upfield by Jamar Taylor, and he throws that back shoulder throw. That's when you know you're throwing the football really well as a quarterback, when you could throw it behind the receiver exactly where you need it to be. The pace of the football was perfect, and LaFell made the catch.
1st and goal from the 6. Brady back in the end zone. Everyone is there for the touchdown when the flag is out.
Pass interference, number 87, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, it was a great right route by Edelman. Robert Gronkowski goes down the field, and Rashad Jones is in position. He owns that. That's where he was, and Gronkowski goes right into him, extends his arms. That's a good call. Hold on, Ken. There you go. Yeah.
So the ball is taken back to the 16. 1st and goal from here with 29 seconds in the half. Across the middle, who else? Lewis! Touched to the end zone.
Well, it's the first big mistake this defense has really made. Lewis just comes out of the backfield. Nobody's there to cover him.
They haven't covered him out of the backfield all night.
Well, and there everybody else is running down the field, covering wide receivers, a tight end, and then you have a running back coming out of the backfield. Nobody assigned to him. Absolutely had to be a blown assignment. Looked like the safety was playing zone. Nobody was on the running back.
Dion Lewis, 6 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown. In the receiving game, Brady was 4 for 4 on that drive, and it's now 19-0. Tom Brady now with 2 touchdown passes on the night, constantly finding Dion Lewis in the passing game.
Well, Jim, let's just watch as you see who covers Dion Lewis coming out of the backfield. And the answer is nobody. So just a big mistake. That's all they talked about all week. the Miami Dolphins. Let's make sure we stay composed, especially on the defensive side, and not make mistakes in these quick turnaround games, which most teams do here in New England.
24 seconds. Miami with 3 timeouts, and Patriots at home over the last 52 games. 48-4, 38-1 versus the AFC, and the 6 straight wins versus Miami. The last time the Dolphins won here, it was when the Dolphins unveiled the Wildcat.
Right.
No one had any idea about it at the time. Ronnie Brown had that monster game, and they won here back in 08. Tony Sperano, the coach, devising that. There's a catch by Landry. He gets out of bounds. Gains about 10.
Well, a little screen down the field. Everybody's blocking on the right side. Jarvis Landry comes underneath. But to me, I would be so careful in this situation. You get the football the start of the second half. A draw, screen, plays like that. You can break a tackle, get a long gain, and maybe you can take a shot or 2 from there.
Well, they've got no one in the backfield with Tannehill with 16 seconds. In the pocket, again underneath, and it's Jonas Gray. Might want to quickly use a timeout here, and they do. Well, to give Franks, the rookie kicker, any chance, they need to pick up about 20 yards. That is completion to Landry, and fortunate to have 1 second left.
That was a good job getting outside the pocket, and what it does, well, they're going to go for the field goal. To say at least you could throw the football into the end zone.
Oh, this is, of course, there is a little favorable wind. This kid has a huge leg. It would be close to all-time kind of record numbers here. It's going to be at 63, so it would be 1 shy of the record.
Don't forget number 91, Jamie Collins. Sorry, I missed him.
Timeout called by the Patriots. This is going to be an attempt that would tie the second longest field goal in the history of the league. Matt Prater at 64 has the longest. The rookie kicker, Andrew Franks, out of Carmel by the Sea, California. Makes this, he might be on the front page of the Carmel Pinecone this week. His kick is, no, never had a chance.
No. Tried to kick it so hard, he knew the distance was so long, and Snap took it like, well, I think we know what that means for most people who golf, but he just put that extra effort into it and just kicks it way offline.
Yeah, you thought there might be a chance we'd see Jamie Collins coming up the middle and having a chance at a block, but that didn't even come close to going across the middle of the line. So last week, 41 points by the Dolphins. No points this week. The 3rd time in the history of the game someone put up 40+ one week and didn't produce a point the next. 19-0 New England at the intermission. Back after this message and a word from your local station.